From being at our campuses in Hong Kong and Atlanta, I know that space is at a premium in many big cities.
We're at a moment in history where we're returning to cities at an unprecedented rate, and we're building new cities at an unprecedented rate.
How do we provide enough housing for this growing population in an already dense environment, such as a metropolitan city?
For years, I've been reading about challenges in urban environments and also witnessing them firsthand as I've traveled around to all our SCAD communities. We were talking about SCAD undertaking a project that would be of national and international importance. That's where SCADpad came from.
We started having conversations about how SCAD could address the problem of urban density and a growing population worldwide. We looked at the strengths of all these departments within our school to take on this issue head on.
Parking structures are a unique and a very recent building type. It's not a building that we've really turned our attention to. Parking structures are often thought of as things that we want to hurry through or cover up or ignore. Cities worldwide have parking decks as a part of everyday life. They're a part of the urban fabric.
Studies have shown most parking decks are used only about 50% of the time. And so we knew that this was a great opportunity for us to interject microhousing within this already existing infrastructure within the city. We knew a perfect location for a test site, the parking deck at SCAD Atlanta, and that's how we kicked off the project.
The students were asked to develop a module that would fit within a parking space, something that's transferable to any other condition anywhere in the world. We had interior design students working alongside faculty from both SCAD Savannah and SCAD Atlanta. Graduate and undergraduate students worked across both campuses.
It then began to take on some life and involved one of the summer interior design classes being brought to Atlanta for a design charrette, where students were able to test the boundaries of living small.
They jumped in head first. They knew they had to really understand the user. How do you sleep? How do you eat? Where do you study? Where do you work? All this had to be incorporated within a very small footprint.
We had an amazing amount of work that came out of those summer studios. We took that work and we began to really investigate, okay, how could we do this? How could we prototype this?
Students are endlessly creative, amazing, and awesome. And this gives them an opportunity to have a public stage for their work.
We spent our fall developing those technical details with a team at SCAD.
SCAD is a great environment to play. It's a great environment to explore what can be done. We have one of the most powerful tools, the ability to create the most eclectic group of minds and perspectives into one team. Right now we have 5 classes in trying to answer 5 different questions, and for each class there is a group of students from a range of fields.
Students had access to the construction site where they were building the SCADpad. We walked into this garage and there was this tiny little trailer.
The students were either really freaked out or really excited by the amount of space in the pod itself, in the living unit.
You look at the drawings and you can look at 8 feet, 16 feet, you can hear that number, you can try to do it in your head. But when you see it contained with walls, you can actually move around in it, and you get a sense of that space. I think they realize exactly what they're dealing with. This is a great opportunity. We had all of the students from the different classes actually mingling and coming up with a lot of concepts right there on the go.
You get a really great tornado of creativity swirling around this one focused effort. It's going to be something that's going to change the way that we look at housing.
I think this is a great experiment in figuring out what's really necessary and what it is that you actually need to survive and to live in the future.
You have very few opportunities in life to experience something that many people hasn't. So why not experience and see how it changes your life, see how you can find inspiration, see how you can adapt yourself to something that might become your future.
At the start of our 35th year, it seemed like the perfect moment for SCAD to pose a solution that hopefully can be embodied in communities around the world, to start a conversation that other people will engage in. This is just one more page in SCAD's history of being able to transform an underutilized structure into something beautiful.